Hey everybody, welcome to Leon's Chainsaw Parts and Repair. I'm going to do another video. We've done some stuff similar to this before, but today we're going to take a look at a saw that has all the appearances of being locked up. I can't pull it. And if it is locked up, we're going to strip it down for parts, because this particular model is not one that is really, in my opinion, worth sourcing a piston and cylinder for. I'm not making a statement about the saw. I have one of these. I've got many in the collection, and I have one that I still use for my personal stuff. But at today's costs, I'm just going to part this out and make it something that somebody else can use, assuming that it's actually a damaged piston and cylinder. First thing I want to do, though, is pull this starter cover off. And we're going to take a peek under there. Just see if there's something jamming the flywheel. You know, there's stranger things have happened. Now, this one screw, it's hard to get to because of the handle. There we go. I am stubborn enough, I will not take the handle off to take the damn starter off. Not when I can do little funny stuff like that. Alright. Wow! Okay. Number one, this has been apart before. Someone pulled this cover off before me. But looky there. I can't see daylight through anywhere back there. I can't see my hand moving other than outside of the engine. If this is locked up, we know why. That's Sakimoto right there. But that starter assembly, that's weird. Huh. I don't want to lacerate my fingers on the flywheel here. Well, there's a tiny bit of movement, but not much. I think we ought to look on the other side of the saw and see what we can see. I've got next to nothing in this saw, so I'm not going to lose my mind if it's a piece of junk, because a piece of junk engine still has a lot of excellent peripheral parts, two of which, the starter and this drive case cover alone. Oh my god, this poor saw. Whoever owned this didn't believe in maintenance. Wow. Well, why dither around? Let's get this muffler off and we'll see what the heck it is we're looking at. This is the later style muffler that has this directional baffle on it. So somebody who's assuming that this saw is junk, like I think it is, somebody who's restoring one of these and wants the correct muffler, may not want this one, because I may not want to get it, maybe be able to get it apart. Come on, baby. Wow. Well, this is interesting. Really don't like distorting muffler housings here, but wow, this is ridiculous. There we go. Oof. Well, before I forget, I'll go ahead and straighten that back up. Oh boy. Everything on this does not want to come apart. Okay. Why won't she turn? What we can see of the piston doesn't look bad. The amount of carbon buildup in here, that is not cool. I think this particular bit of parts is going to be a nice test for my new sonic ultrasonic cleaner. Those are the words I'm looking for. Yeah, right there I'm not seeing. I think I see a small carbon scratch right there, maybe. I don't know why this thing seized. Alright. Yeah, I want to see what that ultrasonic cleaner can do. So, let's just load it up. I won't start it yet. I'm going to let them do a soak. I've had this heating element on all morning. It claims it's a 300 watt. 300 watts doesn't heat very well at just above freezing. Those screws are probably too small to put in there. What else can we drop in? You can go. You can go. I ought to scrape that before I put it in. Just call that good. We'll let those soak. If I turn it on during the video, you guys will have a fit, because it isn't quiet. But let's see if we can figure out what the hell is going on with this thing. So let's get the clutch cover off. And we'll try turning it over in reverse using a proper clutch tool. Where the hell? Okay, I know I didn't put that away. Did I really put that away? Nope, I didn't put that away. Hey, it's underneath that glove on the impact wrench. Cool. Alright. Move those screws before I do something stupid and lose them. Oh, alright. Now she moves. Now that piston is dark, but let's see if we can get that damn spark plug out. Huh. Wasn't even tight. The mystery goes further. I haven't been in this saw, and I'm pretty sure the previous owner wasn't either. At least not in the last decade. Oh, come on. God, everything is rough. Oh, come on. Very rough. God, those spark plug is just, I'm gonna guess, has carbon on the tip of it. Oh, come on, you miserable little puke. Oh yeah. God, this thing was running way too rich. Look at all the carbon buildup in there. Probably another 16-to-1, dude. Okay, that's... It turns, but it's not... Something not quite right. Piston is not scored. I'm going to say that somehow some moisture must have gotten into the crankcase and those bearings are dry or have a little bit of corrosion. Yeah. Oh, wow. Good God. Okay, you guys see that, right? That... There is no excuse for that. Look at how thick that This kind of stuff, that bugs me. Treat your saws better than this, folks. Holy crap. This is amazing. Well, I don't know that I can even turn this over with a drill without ripping the nut right loose, but we'll try. We'll try the wrong direction first. Wow. Okay. Kind of want to see if our infamous blue, it is blue, coil is any good. But this is going to be a full teardown, folks. Know what I mean? So, yeah. Let's get to it. There's hope for this saw, amazingly. This is, what year is this thing? 1980. I don't remember, exactly when it was discontinued. But it wasn't all that many years after that. So, this is a fairly late model. Again, it appears to have from the factory the plastic starter, an appropriate flywheel, the plastic air filter cover. It's been over-tightened over the years. You can see it's got the classic divot to it. We'll just drop that in there. That appears to be capacity for that. Alright. Kind of want to get this clutch and flywheel. Good God. The amount of crap in here. This poor saw. Yeah, one of those bearings must have drawn moisture. There's no reason for this rotating assembly to be that tight. Let's get the clutch off before we go any further, and it's harder to handle. So I said this got the later style. You can see the Super 2 style starter pawls in there. And on that starter, if I remember right, that pulley is the same as the Super 2 plastic pulley as well. Thankfully, they left the threads, or they use the same starter pawl studs, I think. So they have the threads on them so that you can use your tool. If you have or have made one of these. I did that video not long ago that showed you guys Ed's Rusty Resurrections. Look back in the video history if you're interested in that. Ed has made several versions of this tool quite nicely. And I'm talking about this flywheel puller tool. Well, the reason one side doesn't have a jack screw is for this right here. It's for taking clutches off. Remember, these are a reverse thread. So I'm going to let the handle do some of the work. Maybe. Oh, look at that. It wasn't even difficult. It doesn't turn over for beans, but the clutch comes off. That's good to know. Good clutch. Sprocket's worn, but it's not... Where's the automatic oil pump? You think it's buried in there somewhere? I don't know. Man. Ah, that one's... These aluminum nuts tend to strip out. They did make available from Homelite some steel ones. I've got one there. Those are hard to find. I've only found the one. Alright. Well, my curiosity about the coil is just going to have to wait. I'm going to get this flywheel off. Down. I think I do. I hope I do. This is supposed to be a 5/8 head bolt. Hammering on it has made it a little out of shape. Therefore, I use an adjustable wrench. It's got some pressure on it. Let's see if she'll pop. Well, that's unfortunate. I hope I'm not ripping the threads out of one of these nuts. There she goes. All right. I left the nut on the crankshaft in the hopes that I wouldn't do any damage to the snout with what I just did. We will soon find out. It worked. The nut might be a little malformed at this point, but we'll see. Yeah. But I'll just thread it back on a bit. And then come back off. And we should be able to reuse that. You can see with the puller tool kind of did a little whoop-de-doop-de to it. Well, that is disgusting. How exactly was that engine supposed to cool? Man, this kind of stuff, I shouldn't be irritated, but damn it, I am. God, take the time, folks, to clean your saws. And obviously none of you own this, but, ugh. Okay, so we got some missing stuff down here. That'll be, assuming the saw is salvageable, that'll be something I'll tackle later. The screws aren't hard to find, but the proper little spacers under there, sometimes you have to stack a couple machine washers. But I think I have what we need. At least nobody auged it out to an improper thread size. get some of this crap off of here. Hey, check it out. I got the new Kleins. Well, that wasn't fair. That wasn't even tight. But it's nice to have some ball ends that aren't completely shot. You know what I mean? Put that up there out of the way. Let me get rid of some of this. Alright, we need to get the carburetor... crap falling off when I set it down. We need to get the carburetor out of the way. It might even be reusable. You go back there so I don't lose you. 5/16. Let's see if we can get this carb out of here. I always start with this one by the throttle rod because, well, it's the biggest pain in the ass. If I get it loose, I got half as good odds getting this other one loose. I haven't worked on an HTC in a hot minute. I have no idea if this saw was drained of fuel or not. Suppose I should have checked. We'll find out soon enough. I'm telling you, if you had fingers the size of Katie, this saw would be easy to work on. These sausages. Oh yeah, that's garbage. Get out of there. Alright, how much you want to bet there's room in here? Oh yeah, that plopped right in. We're cooking up one hell of a fine soup in that thing, aren't we? Alright, I want to get this throttle handle the heck out of the way. So we're going to loosen this oil fitting down here. That was easy. Let's see how hard it is to fight that rubber grommet out of here. Once we get everything else loosened up. I think that's it. So we've got the 1 5/16 in here. There we go. And once it's loose enough, we're going to attack it with a screwdriver. I think that just got loose enough. But that's not working. So we'll do it the old-fashioned way. Start making a mess with hardware, so I'm going to start a new pile up there. Alright. Because I'm looking at it, we need to deal with that decompression spring. Dealt with. The real question is whether that pin will come out with the throttle handle and save us some time. With as much freaking yuck as there is on this saw, I'm not going to be shocked if it fights with this. Got the screw down here we need to get out. That needs a bath. That screw right there. Socket rub. Whoops. Okay. Now, that is what's fighting us, is that grommet. Usually I try to just push it all the way through, because this one wasn't installed well. There we go. What What else do we have? Let's take the coil wire, kill switch wire, whatever, off. That's out. We've got the oil, manual oil line here. That's the supply line out of the tank. Try not to break that. Do yourself a favor. Yes, you can replace it and silicone the hole up, but why if you don't have to? Hey, that looks better. So my question is that decomp valve, it moves, but I don't think I'm going to be able to cheat this time, and I don't want to break anything. So we will attempt to cheat again, and we will take the linkage off right here, and this is nothing more than a little bushing with 2 plates being the bushing. Or is it 1? I can't remember now. That's 2. So take those out. Then that pin comes right loose. And that is fortunate. Yeah, look at how easy that is. God, this is pathetic. This is a level of I don't give a shit that is astounding to me. How in the world, I mean literally, look, before it all falls, sight down those fins, you can't see. There was no airflow around this engine. Nowhere. This is sad. Ugh. I can't even see the freaking screws for the... Those are Torx. And I don't yet know if that's good or bad. But I'm here to tell you, I can strip a Torx out just as easy as I can a Phillips. If you haven't gone to Harbor Freight and bought yourself a little set of these stupid dental picks, do it. They're cheap. And when you break one, you don't really care. But they are really invaluable. Alright, I'm getting... No, I'm not. Yeah, I guess I am. That is the bottom. Oh! Came across one of these not too long ago that somebody had started to drill them out. They were that bad. Oh, yeah, baby. So far the tool's holding up. Yeah, alright. I like it when something goes my way. Duh, of course I do. You know what I mean. It's nice not to have to fight certain things. Okay. Shall we see what kind of a... Oh. There's one more screw. It's been a hot minute. I started a new pile and forgot that I started a new pile. Okay, let's try this again. Let's see how bad... Oh yeah. That hose is soft. It's going to get replaced. Bye. Yeah. Yeah, I don't think there was any air flowing through there either. Wowza. I really, 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 really hate seeing saws like this. God. Alright. I'm done whining, I think. For now. Okay, this is as good a spot as any. I'm going to turn the camera off and try and clean this crap up. I'm going to run the buzz box over there, the ultrasonic cleaner. I don't know why those words are so hard for me, but for some reason they are. We're going to clean a bunch of stuff up. I may do a little tiny bit more disassembly, and by that I will. I'm going to take the coil and the cylinder off because I want to get access to the bearings, at least visually. I want to see what it is, what's tight, and I'll be very honest, unless it's rusty in there, what they're going to get is some PB Blaster to loosen them up, and then we'll just see where we're at. So I'm going to do a whole heck of a lot of cleaning. We'll come back. Okay, there will be no next day for this saw. I don't know why that was so hard to get out. When I got it apart, I haven't cleaned this particular piece because I don't tend to save it. We have scoring. Now where is that at? You can get this camera a little bit lower. You don't need to see my face, you need to see this crap. That's on the intake side. Okay, so you remember that crusty, nasty, stinking air filter? My guess is that it sucked it down and it was pulling dirt. So even though this didn't destroy the ring landing entirely, actually this top ring is kind of jammed up. But yeah, so that piston is good and roached. It means dirt was in the bottom end. We've got, so remember, this is how it would be on the saw, so this is the top. We've got some scoring in there. It's not the worst ever, but the amount of carbon buildup and other debris and everything, I ran this through, that was after a session in the ultrasonic cleaner. Not real pretty. Now, if anybody's not convinced that it was dirt coming through, take a look right there. You see those scratch marks? I'm certain that you can. Right down in here. See those? It's the bottom of the carb. That is actually track marks from whatever abrasive debris was coming through, past the air filter, through the carburetor, made it through the reed valves, because again, the pulse of the engine, the vacuum, is going to pull those open, so right on through, and that is what destroyed that piston. So I've got a bunch of good parts off of this saw, and I got some that are going in the trash can. It is what it is. They can't all be saved, but this was 100% preventable. Okay, we've all seen the dirty saws. Sometimes they turn out okay, sometimes they don't, and this is a don't. So the way all this oily crap baked on here, you can tell just how stinking hot this poor saw got. And I can see carbon that's still baked into the transfer ports here. This thing, you know, on top of being run with a dirty air filter, look at all the carbon marks on the piston. Okay, this thing was running massively rich. Now, whether that was from a improper fuel mix out of the can, or if it was just so far out of tune it's not even funny, I don't know. It could be all of the above. I have no idea at this point. But there's one more piece. Okay, I thought, okay, I'll get a blue coil out of this. What are you looking at there? It melted to the cylinder. That's, yes, there's sawdust in there, but it melted through the blue lining. Okay? That's how stinking hot this saw got. That's not cool. I don't know, I cannot remember another occasion that I've seen a melted coil. I'm sure there's been one, and I'm sure I'm just forgetting about it, but holy crap, Batman, that ain't cool. So anyway, that's enough of me jibber jabbering. We'll have some more super easy used parts. I've got a lot in stock right now on the website. I have actually got more than I want to have on hand. So you guys know what came off of this saw. Go to the website and take a peek before too long, and maybe you'll find what you need. Catch you guys in the next video.